So finally, I'm doing it. I'm playing as the English Empire. I'm going to be playing on a TSL world map with every single civ in the game. So let's conquer the world. So let's go ahead and review over the unique ability and unique units. We have the Sun Never Sets, which gives us 2 extra movement points, I guess, for all naval units, as well as we receive 1 extra spy. And then we, of course, get the Longbowman, which can attack, I think, it has 1 additional range than the Crossbowman, which it replaces, and the Ship of the Line. England is easily one of the, I would say, top 5 best civs in the entire game, by far. Out of all the 43 nations, England, I would say, I mean, just every single one of these are really, really useful. Usually with a civ, sometimes you'll see like 1 or 2 things that you might be able to use into your strategy. England, it's like every single thing is very easily, I guess, integrated into any strategy that you want to go for. And for this strategy, for this campaign, I mean, for one, this is going to be hard. I'm just going to say it. I mean, this thing is going to be really tough. Like I said, we're playing on a TSL world map, and we've got a lot to do. We start off in the British Isles, and the Celts will spawn right to the north of us, so we need to fight them off as fast as possible. Now, I've never played on this map before. I've got a little bit of experience of like what to expect somewhat. Let's go ahead and just, obviously, I'm not going to move there. I'm not going to move from there just because it's a TSL. I feel like I'm cheating myself if I kind of move the settler there. So, like I said, we don't really have much space to work with because, you know, we are in the British Isles, and it is going to be... It's going to be kind of tough. I do want a monument fast, but because we're going to be facing the Celts pretty early, and let's not forget the Celts' unique ability, or I'm sorry, their unique unit, the Pictish warrior. So they're going to have a little bit of an advantage, a better fighting warrior than we will. I think actually it's a spearman. It's a spearman replacing unit, I guess. But let's go ahead and go with the monument first, only because I want to get out social policies and I want to be able to grow my culture so that we get as much tiles away from them as we can. The next thing for research is we've got to rush sailing. I want to figure out what the heck is going on in Europe. Obviously, as England, it's kind of crucial that we know what's going on in Europe, and that is kind of part of the campaign, is I do kind of want to police the world. I kind of want to not only police the world, colonize the world, I mean, go into, like, kind of all the traditional spots that England colonized in the real world. So that would be awesome if I could do that. But let's, for now, I mean, I want to talk about briefly some of the things that I want to do in this campaign. But for the most part, I mean, right now, we're going to need to focus our entire efforts in taking out the Celts. It's really, really important because we need to make sure that we control these islands. I don't want to have to deal with, you know, some sort of AI being in the way at all times. No way. So like I said, there's every single civ is in this campaign, so we've got America in North America. We've got all the natives in North America. We have everything in, you know, East Asia, Africa. Everyone's there. There is, okay, good. There are ruins. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to those ruins fast enough, though. Ah, they got it right there. And there are the Celts. There she is. She's popping up. Okay, so we were about a turn late. Actually, no, 2 turns late. There's probably no way we could have got that. Now, remember, I am starting on Emperor difficulty. I'm only starting on Emperor. I seriously considered Immortal. That would have been dumb, though, because if I started on Immortal, this would have been a disastrous campaign. Just because there's 43 civs. There are going to be some civs that I just cannot get to. That's my biggest fear in stopping another civ from winning a victory is, like, you know, obviously as England, I plan on having a massive, massive navy, and that's why I want to kind of go with this strategy of policing this world. You know, because of my unique ability as well, I can move even faster. It'd be awesome if I get the Great Lighthouse up. I might attempt that, but at the same time, that might be stupid. There's 43 civs. I mean, what are the chances of me grabbing that? So like I said, I'm playing on Emperor difficulty, standard speed. It's a new map. It's a world map that I've never played on before, so I don't really know what to expect. In terms of mods, I'm just using the Info Addicts mod, and that's about it. You can only get science, domination, and cultural. I turned off city-states and barbarians only for the sake of the turn processing. I didn't want to add an additional you know, time to the processing of turns, because already, you know, at turn 2, it's already taken like some time to process for all these civs. Now I expect a lot of these nations to be destroyed, or at least for me to do the destroying. So I don't think we're going to be waiting that long towards the end of the campaign, because I expect to really go for kind of a dominant victory here. I don't know exactly how I'm going to go about this in terms of like how focused I will be at a victory, because I really, really want to take over a lot of nations. Obviously, a domination victory I believe is impossible, but I'm not, you know, I know this is kind of crazy to say. I'm toying with the idea. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely toying with the idea of a domination victory. So we'll see. It's on Emperor difficulty, so that way, you know, at the very latest, if we're lucky, It's really unlikely. But if we're lucky, maybe a victory would come around 415, 425. I mean, for another AI. Like, that's when we really need to worry about another AI getting close to like a science victory or something like that. Because, I mean, a cultural victory is also going to be very unlikely, depending on how many civs we destroy. But I'm expecting that if I'm destroying a bunch of civs, I'll be stealing away a bunch of tourism, getting a bunch of culture myself, so another civ probably won't be able to steal a culture victory from underneath my nose. The Celts, of course, have a Pantheon. They're very, very good at getting up those Pantheons, because I believe they get Faith for Force tiles. I think something like that. Yes. So civs are going to be coming up to me and asking to, they're probably going to ask to buy the embassy from me. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. I already know where they are. I'm going to allow them to know where London is, because, you know, the civs don't know this is a world map, and we can, you know, I know a general knowledge of geography. I understand where, you know, France and Netherlands and, you know, my closest neighbors are, which Denmark and the Swedes will be a very important neighbor to consider somewhere, I'm sure, in this region here. But yeah, we've already pretty much discovered the entire southern half of our island. Now it's just time to rush the boats, and it will take some time for that. After we're done with the monument, I want to start pumping out warriors. And I don't even know if I want to take out the Celts as fast as possible. I know that it's going to take time. Luckily, their capital does start off on a coastal tile, so that's good. We might be able to use the support of our navy. The problem is, like I said, I want to get rid of them fast. We have 15 turns for sailing, and I'm sure it's going to take some time for me to get up a boat, but I want to be able to use money to my advantage. I want to use gold. I want to buy boats. I want to buy archers. I want to buy warriors, stuff like that, because I don't want to have to wait for catapults to come out. To me, that takes too long. That's going to take too long to destroy the Celts. I want to get that second city up and running. And then obviously, you know, we'll go and capture Ireland. We'll go settle Ireland as soon as we have the ability to embark units. But for now, it's fine. So they want me to get a worker. I'm going to ignore that, and we're going to go straight after a warrior. It's an unlikely strategy. I usually never go with this strategy. Monument Warrior is a very interesting one, but because we're settled on this island, it is going to be tough. It's going to start off tough, but if we, you know, like I said, if we destroy the Celts fast enough, then we're going to be in a good situation to defend ourselves in, and this is probably, you know, the only point in the campaign where it's going to be a little bit sketchy is this very beginning part. Because like I said, we start off on Immortal difficulty, so I think the Celts already have a warrior and one scout. They might have two warriors and another scout. The scout I'm not really worried about. I'm worried about their warriors initially off the bat. And I need to keep in mind my citizen management. Luckily, this is a pretty good island to start off on. I need to turn on the resource icons. Been playing way too many Civ AI-only battles. Let's go ahead and turn on the resource icons, see what we got. So I see the cattle. I see some furs, which is good, but that's about it. I don't think we're going to be able to reach out for this wine. At least we have one luxury resource. It looks like the Celts might not have none. It all depends on what's north up here. That's another big problem with these AI-only battles. I'm sorry, AI-only battles. With these world campaigns, I guess the same thing with AI-only battles, but with these kind of world map campaigns, is the luxury resources are really kind of off. It's tough to kind of manage the right placement of cities because it doesn't seem like luxury resources are as balanced. They're not balancedly placed. They're not placed in a balanced way. There you go, on the map. So that's a big issue. Okay, so let's go ahead and check on our citizen management. Let's look what we're working. So luckily we did spawn up next to two cattle. That's awesome. That's a great two resources to be next to in the beginning of the campaign. So we'll be able to grow really fast. I have 5 happiness, so I'll be okay for now. I'm sure when I destroy the Celts' capital, or when we take it over for ourselves, I don't know how good I'm going to be at that point. We're making about 35. We have 35 gold stockpiled up, making only 2 gold per turn. Nobody's come to me and asked for the embassy just yet, but I know the civs will. So I guess I'm just going to skip on through this. So I want to go to war with the Celts before the Pictish warriors come out. And I believe, like I said, I think those are spearmen replacements. So we need to try to figure out how we can, social policy time. Now, this is another big strategy that I'm a little bit worried about because, you know, obviously I'm debating between liberty and tradition. Late game, literally, liberty would be a investment for me to take. It'd be really smart for the late part of the game because I do plan on being extremely expansive. You know, I want, you know, I don't want the sun to set on the English Empire. That's kind of the goal that I'm going for. I want all over the map English cities. But it's not going to benefit me really early. That's my fear here. Liberty is going to keep me kind of far behind in the beginning part of this game, whereas tradition is going to be very helpful. like initially, because I'm not really going to be able to get off these islands anytime soon. I think I'm going to play it risky, and we're going to go to Liberty Start too, just to make it interesting. Obviously, you know, most Civ strategy, most Civ like strategy guys will tell you, strategy guides or guys, one or the other, will tell you to go tradition no matter what. I think I'm gonna play it risky. We're gonna go Liberty here. Let's do it. And that will come back again. Those big bonuses won't really benefit us until much later in the game, but I think it's a good strategy, and we'll see what it goes. Okay, so boom, Napoleon wants they want my embassy, and they're willing to give me 1 gold per turn for it. That's perfect. I will of course give them that, and I'm gonna give all the AIs, whoever comes to me up to me and asks that, I'm gonna give it to them, just because, you know, I want to get some more golds. I want to be able to purchase a few units. I believe a boat is about 220 golds. A warrior's 200. I could always purchase a scout if I needed a little bit of extra fighting. I know that the scouts are not the best, obviously, at battle, but it still would be nice. Ooh, Celt's grabbing this stone tile away. Well, that's okay. As long as at some point we get these furs, we reach out and get these furs. Another Pantheon. Now, I believe the Celts were the first one to get up their Pantheon. Let's see, I know that there's also a scout here in the corner. If I could block him off before he gets on this hill tile, that would be great. Good, he hasn't yet, but this is going to be a force, so this is going to eat up my movement. He might have escaped by then, by the time he comes back. Let's see. There's no way I can get here. Yeah, there he is. Stay over there. Okay, perfect. He did stay over there. Okay, so we trapped a scout. That's good. Another thing that I might do is I might just stay at war with the Celts for a long time. I might just go to war with them like right now, and just not yet, not right now, but as soon as we get up 3 warriors, you know, and then that way we just keep them down. We keep them down and out. But at the same time, I want to steal away a worker. Since there's no city-states in this game, and that is kind of a really crucial strategy to steal away city-states worker, I guess I should say, city-state workers. I can't really do that because there's no city-states around me, and there's no city-states in this game, for that matter. But it'd be a great idea to see, like, when maybe the Celts bring a worker out here to start to, you know, work on this stone, and we come and steal it away. That would be great. The problem is that a lot of this terrain is rough terrain, just south of their capital. So it will be tough to move through this fast without getting bombarded by whatever is located within the city, as well as, of course, you know, the city bombardment as well. Here is our warrior, and again, this guy's just going to sit on top of this hill. We're going to trap the scout, and actually, when he moves on the wheat, I'll even move a little bit further. That way, he's stuck in open terrain. That'd be perfect. So I love that. There's really nothing for us to build. I'm going to skip over the granary, and let's just go ahead and go another warrior right now. I'd love 3 warriors. That's what I've been talking about. That's what I've been discussing. Good. He did move on over the wheat, so this is excellent. We've got 1 Celtic unit just completely trapped. And I'm not really worried about him, like, escaping. Like, I wasn't really worried about this scout being able to move out on his own and explore. I just want to make sure that I kill their units. I don't want them to, you know, I don't want them to have any sort of backup. Wow. So we are growing pretty fast. It's only turned 21, and we're already at 4 citizens. The problem is that we are in an area that doesn't really produce a lot of hammers. So that kind of sucks. Now, how long will it take to grow if I go here? You know what? Yeah, take some time off. I would like to work a little bit faster. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to play it risky, a little bit risky. We're not going to grow as much. I don't even have a luxury to work right now, so I'm not trying to grow too fast. And let's go ahead and pump out this warrior unit a bit faster. That way, we can start working on the boat as fast as possible. We get a boat in 2 turns. Well, we can have the opportunity to build a boat in 2 turns, that is. Also, if we could trap this warrior unit, that'd be excellent. Whoa! How do we pump that out? I thought we still were 2 turns away. I guess not. Okay, you're going to stay there, and let's see if we can trap this warrior unit someplace else. We got ourselves another social policy. Okay, so this is interesting. I did talk about stealing away a worker, but I didn't think, you know, I didn't confirm with myself if I was going to go down Liberty. I feel like even if I go Republic and then Citizen Rule, by the time I get, Collective Rule, by the time I get to Collective Rule, I still won't have the technology that allows me to embark, so I won't be able to go after Ireland, even if I grab this, so I'd be sitting there with a settler for no reason. Let's go ahead and grab the extra worker, I believe. That way it gives us opportunities for other things. Let's go ahead and grab it. Let's grab ourselves a worker, and that way, well, we can't build a lumber mill as it is. We can really, and we're not even going for any technologies so far. Well, let's see what technology we want. Obviously, archery is really, really important, and I should probably grab that. The problem is that it doesn't give us anything else but the Temple of Artemis, and I don't care about the Temple of Artemis. Here's the Great Lighthouse, by the way. I do need to keep in mind that I should rush optics as fast as possible, but not too early. It's a bit too early now. The pasture would be good for extra hammers on those cattle tiles. Those cattle resources. But I think archery is it's too important to get up an archer. Very, very crucial to be able to take over the Celtic capital. But then again, there's a lot of rough terrain there. I didn't think about that. That's true. There's a lot of rough terrain just south of the Celtic capital, so it might be a bad idea. I mean, these archers might not be able to help me out as much as I'm thinking. It might be a better idea to build up a bunch of boats. So you know what? I'm going to play risky. We're going to go animal husbandry first. We could also get a caravan, but I'm not trying to trade with them. We've already got access to a cargo ship, so it's not a big deal. So we'll go animal husbandry, and then we'll slap down some. We'll give this an additional hammer, which will be awesome because I need the hammers. In the location that I'm in, with London being placed where it is in the British Isles, I don't have much tiles to work in terms of production. So yeah, for now we'll just waste time and we'll construct a farm. That's fine. And where is their warrior moving to? So it's about turn 22. I'm guessing around turn 50 we will have our first few boats out. Actually, we should have it way before then because I think I'm planning on that being the next thing I want. God King has been built. I'm not really going for much of a religious game. Doesn't matter to me. Of course, we'll probably be capturing a few holy cities. For instance, if the Celts get up a religion before we take them out, which I'm hoping that they don't. Actually, I'm hoping that we destroy them before they take them down. I really want to make sure that I destroy them before they get up a second city too. That is important. Come on, warrior unit. Come on, don't stay back there. They're staying back there. Like I said, I do have info addicts, so that'll be a really fun statistical mod to be looking at to see how we're doing. How bad are we doing in terms of, oh my gosh. Well, I guess that explains things. Most AIs have 2 warriors and 1 scout by now. I only have 2 warriors, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I don't need to be freaking out just yet. Not yet. Soon, though. Soon. I think I made the right decision, though, by working these forest tiles instead. Because I'm not worried about growing. We need to actually maybe keep the growth down in London, just because we need to be able to integrate a lot of cities, a lot of cities. So we'll see. So the Netherlands still haven't technically met me yet. Let's go ahead and ask if I'm down to 1 gold per turn. Let's go ahead and ask if you're willing to. Oh, why can't I do this? Because I don't have writing. Oh, and they don't have writing either. I guess France rushed writing for some reason. So we're 2 turns from animal husbandry. I will go this way and slap down another farm in 5 turns. Let's go here with you. Well, I guess we'll do that. Boom. Okay, so I'm thinking about starting up the war soon, just to stay at war, and that way, because I'm afraid of them, settling here, because they will. I've seen this happen so many times where the Celts settle just off to the west of London. So I want to make sure that I stop that from happening. But it might be a good idea to stay at peace, wait for their settler to be unprotected, even though no, never mind. The AI never doesn't protect their settlers. They always protect their settlers at all times. Yeah, so never mind. Let's go ahead and just rush the boat. It's going to be in 8 turns. There's nothing else I really need to build. And the boat will be good for exploration and to find out what's going on in Europe. I always want to make sure that I know at all times what's going on in Europe. I want to see, which cities are in which control and stuff like that. So we should be being able to explore very, very soon. Let's go this way, and that is the setup that I want to leave it in. So we're going to have to stop it right there. This is part 1 of our series. If you like this series, if you're excited for me to finally play England and kind of to try to, dominate the world, which is what I'm going to plan to do with my Navy, then please consider dropping a like. It helps out tremendously. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm very excited for this series. I thank you guys so much for the support, and I will see you guys tomorrow with part 2.